Hey folks, it's Jason here. I just want to talk briefly about this amp. It's the Fender Mustang 4, and it's the first generation. Now, I bought this amp a few months ago from a good friend of mine because I needed a practice amp. Before that, I didn't own an amp, and I was just playing through the studio, through my monitors and all, and sometimes through headphones. But I got a little tired of every time I wanted to practice or run through scales or arpeggios or whatever. I kind of got tired of having to pull up my computer, load the software, and all that good stuff. So I wanted something I could just, plug in and play if I wanted to run through some patterns or whatever. So I had played through this amp a couple times, enough to know it had some decent tones and it was good enough just to be a practice amp. And that was my intent. That's all I ever intend to use. So anyway, I started messing around with the settings some. And first, let me say that there's no deep editing in this amp. I mean, you can get a good tone in less than like 2 minutes. I mean, they've got an amp for pretty much every style of music. Of course, most of the amps are Fender amps, and you can get some really nice tones out of that if you're into blues or clean tones or whatever. There's some beautiful clean tones from the amp. But I was really surprised that the metal amps sounded so good. This is the Metal 2000, and I think it's probably the heaviest amp on there. They've got like a Marshall knockoff and a Mesa knockoff or whatever. This could very well be like a knockoff of an Ingle or one of the super high gain amps. So anyway, I was really surprised about how quickly I could get a good tone and how much I really started to like this metal tone. So I said, you know what? Let me record this. Let me throw an SM57 mic up to it and just see what it sounds like. And here you go. This is what it sounds like, what you guys just heard. I'm really pleased with the tone. I recorded two rhythm tracks and my lead tracks. I panned the two rhythm tracks, hard pan right, hard pan left. So, same way I always record. And I was really surprised by the tone I got out of this thing. I'm really really happy with it actually. And let me just say this too. Even though I'm recording this, I don't have any post processing. Like there's no post EQ or compression or anything like that in the tracks. I didn't even master this song, so there's no extra anything. It's as raw as you can get. I've got the mic hooked up to my interface, and of course the interface going into my laptop here. So that's it. I recorded a bass track with it. I usually record my bass tracks direct. I use some plugins, and I've been using drum loops from Beta Monkey, as most of you guys know, the Double Bass Mania series. So that's it. It's a very raw recording. What you're hearing is the amp in its purest form. So anyway, again, it's the Metal 2000 amp. I've got a stomp box. You guys saw in the video, I've got there's like 2 seconds of settings. So if you want to pause it and grab the settings off there, you can. But I'm really pleased with the amp, and I'm actually considering using this amp for my next project. Most of you know I released my first metal instrumental album back in December 2013. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out now. It's on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, all the major retailers. So I'm doing another metal instrumental album, another project. So I'm actually thinking about using this amp. I mean, if you guys want to post some comments and tell me what you think compared to my other tones. So anyway, that wraps it up. This is the Fender Mustang 4, the first generation. It's the Metal 2000 amp. Hope you enjoyed the video and keep it metal. Metal. Dun, 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 dun.